And we are live. Welcome to the NBA Strategy Show. It is Thursday, May 1st. I'm Josh Engleman, here to break down a 2-game slate. Thank God yesterday is over. I was never winning that slate. I could have went over that one for 48 straight hours, and it wouldn't have made a lick of difference. So hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow us both on Twitter. And by both, I mean just me, because this isn't live before lock. Yo, shout out to Greg Ehrenberg, who willed that Rudy Gobert game into existence. 27 points, 24 rebounds, the highest scorer on the slate yesterday, Rudy Gobert. Your primary value option, 25 minutes and 55 seconds of Moses Moody. 52 fantasy points out of Amin Thompson. I mean, that Houston game was about as dumb of a basketball game as you could possibly watch. Golden State flew to Houston with the idea in their head of like, well, if we suck for 8 minutes, we give up. Incredible. Incredible. That game was awful. Pat Spencer gets the gate. I mean, just weird. Kevin Knox had 23 and a quarter fantasy points in a playoff game in 2025. I'd have bet my life against that. Pat Spencer had 20 fantasy points, and Kevin Knox had 23 and a quarter fantasy points yesterday. I talked about this slate for like 3 hours yesterday. It got me nowhere. Look, did I think that Rudy Gobert could play a couple extra minutes and have a good game? Yeah. Did I see 27 and 24 on the table? Of course not. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So Houston picks up the win yesterday. We're going to be going back to Golden State for game 6. The Lakers, on the other hand, did not pick up a win. I'm not surprised by that. Minnesota picks up the dub. That series is over. We did see Maxi Kleber get on the floor. Not much. They played Gabe Vincent and Vandy a little bit more, but nothing mattered. Austin Reeves was terrible. Nobody could do anything. They got a long offseason ahead of them. Bo Sox, no. I'm still right, no matter what you say about that game. Anyway. I'm going to take a little bit of a victory lap here. I'm pretty confident here that I explained the Lakers minute 1 after the Luka trade. I don't think I could have done a much better job. You know, a lot of people in here constantly thinking it was something that it wasn't. I saw that one clearly. I'm proud of this one. That first month when everybody was cranking themselves over their fake defense. Incredible. Now, the Los Angeles Lakers next year? What the hell does that team look like? I have no idea what the Lakers are going to do this offseason. None. It's weird, right? Like, take me through this path. You guys ready for this? What if, I'm hypothesizing here. We're going to go with a what if. What if LeBron James doesn't want to make $52 million next year? Yeah, Coach Chris, that's not a thing that can happen. Let's have a conversation about LeBron James next year. Chris, no, Golden State cannot win the West. So they've got Luka under contract next year for $46 million. Rui's at 18. Dorian Finney-Smith has a player option for 15. Reeves makes 13. Maxey makes 11. Gabe Vincent makes 11. Jared Vanderbilt makes 11. One, they got a lot of easily tradable contracts. Not going to be hard to aggregate Maxey, Vincent, Vandy, Rui, Dorian Finney-Smith, whatever you want to do. How much does LeBron want to win? Now, do I think what I'm about to say is going to happen? No, not at all. How much of a discount do you think LeBron James is willing to take by declining that player option for $52 million next year? What if LeBron James comes back next year making the mid-level exception? Let's call it 15. Chris, he's never going anywhere. Get that out of your head. That's a weird thing to think. What if he comes back at 15 million? Because right now, if LeBron James, they have cap holds of their active cap for next year. Total cap allocations. They got 191 locked down. They got 22 million in cap holds. What if they just lopped off $37 million? They can get themselves pretty far under the apron. And if they want to get really weird with their cap holds, they can get themselves pretty far under the tax. Why on earth would LeBron take a pay cut? Yeah, that'd be weird. Why would he do that? I, for one, couldn't see it happening. Nice. Michael, you're finally done. Oh, God, I didn't think we were ever going to get here. I am fascinated by what the Lakers do. Because if LeBron actually wants this team to get significantly better, he can do that. He could absolutely do that. I have to imagine LeBron wants a title more than money at this point. Certainly salary money. It's not like he's not still making money. But the easiest path for the Los Angeles Lakers to truly be amazing next year, LeBron James has to decline that player option and come back at a lower number. Michael, it's pretty easy. You weren't looking at them correctly. Nothing happened to them, and you've just been wrong the entire time. The Lakers never changed. You did. What's the who are the free agents for this year? Where the hell is that? Oh, I saw it on the screen. I knew I did. All right. So, you know, honestly, I don't think he's going to do it, but like Fred VanVleet would be a really nice fit for the Lakers if he was willing to come in at a lower number. He's not going to, but he would be. That's not a really good free agency class. But there's a lot of names on there that they could grab and find some depth. Like, can you go out there and get... I mean, you got Miles Turner out there right now as a potential option, needing a center. Capella. I think Brook Lopez is pretty realistic to end up on the Lakers. as like a 20-minute a game guy. Maybe I could see Brook Lopez as like a Al Horford-ish dude to like be a backup center. But they're going to need bodies. And if they want bodies, they need money. And if they need money, LeBron can do that. What about Claxton? I don't know. What about him? Claxton's not the answer to any question. I don't think so, at least. Like, yeah, don't get me wrong, that'd be great, but whatever. Mark Williams would not have made a difference. Mark Williams is also not any good. I mean, it would have helped in that they weren't playing Dalton Connect anyway, but so like having an extra body would have been helpful than not having it, but Mark Williams stinks. Wouldn't have made a single difference other than just having another guy that could go out there and suck. All right, let's talk about this slate. You know what? I think we should talk about the promo first, because we're talking about the Lakers right now, and it feels like we should talk about the Lakers for the promo we're going to run today. The promo code is LEGON. The Lakers have been eliminated from the playoffs. If you would like a 14-day trial, the Portfolio EV tool at oddshopper.com. Costs you absolutely nothing. You get it for 2 weeks. Take a market-based approach to beating the books. Get odds boost calculators, parlay builders, mass bets, shop around for the best lines. If you guys want to do that, if you've been paying attention to Greg's bankroll challenge and that was interesting, you can get a 14-day trial of the Portfolio EV tool for no cost whatsoever. Link in the description of this video. If you use the promo code LEGON, LEGONE. Lakers aren't in the playoffs anymore. They're gone. But the Lakers being out of the playoffs right now is a benefit for you guys. 14-day free trial, Portfolio EV tool, link in the description, or just go to oddshopper.com directly. When you sign up, if you use that LEGON promo code, you'll get 2 free weeks. It broke my heart a little bit to do this because I love LeBron. He is my favorite player. He's incredible. He is my GOAT. But I gotta poke fun a little bit because he's donezo. El Flacco. How can you tell that's an AI photo? That is absolutely real. That's insane. Why would Mark Williams' size have helped? They didn't seem to care about Jackson Hayes' size. They ripped him right off the floor. They have 4 more centers on the team. They didn't play Alex Len. His size might have helped. No. Is Christian Coloco still there? I don't know. They got a bunch of dudes that provided size. You know what they did with them? They sat them on the bench because they suck. Same as Mark Williams. New York Knicks. 1.5 point dogs in Detroit. 212 total. Both totals are the same today. Look, I mean, we've had this conversation about the Knicks over and over and over again, and it's the same exact story again today. All the starters get interesting ownership that all looks the same. 35% to Brunson, 25 to Bridges, Anunoby, and Towns, just shy of 30 for Hart. We're getting 10 to Robinson, 10 to McBride. Robinson was great last time out. This is, I mean, at first glance, when I see my exposures, it leads me to believe that I don't think the Knicks win, but I do think the Knicks win this game. So this feels a little bit like yesterday, which completely worked out for me on the Golden State side in fading Steph and Jimmy Butler. Maybe it's going to work out for me here too, because I thought Golden State was going to win that game, and I think New York's going to win this game, but way under on Bridges, way under on Hart, way under on Anunoby, way under on Towns. The only guy I'm really getting is Brunson. I don't like this. Now, Detroit is your most owned team so far. Clippers are second. Knicks and Nuggets are both tied 162%, so way below the average. S&P, I think he gets played back off the floor. Same as Hayes. What do you guys like from the Knicks today? Michael, because you overrate them and they weren't any good and they don't have players on their team that can play basketball. When you have to play a game and you can't take anybody off the floor for the full 24 minutes of the second half, that tells you something. There's no bodies after that. Now, obviously, we do feel like the Knicks could play every minute and somehow extra minutes. And like I said, I just love the Knicks here. I don't even think this is comparable. They are significantly better than the Pistons. Why would JJ Redick get fired? What is wrong with you guys? Is Redick fired? We've broken sports. We have. If that can even be a question, we've broken sports. We're not doing it right anymore. We're really not. Like, was everybody always this fucking stupid back in the day? If you watch this season from the Lakers, who, let's not forget here, incredible regular season. JJ Redick's one of the best coaches in the league already. What more would you want? What was he going to do? Play Alex Len, try to crack the code against the Timberwolves? Oh, they didn't play Trey Jamison enough? They did everything they could. The way people look at sports these days, man, God, it's awful. It's awful. Let's look at the Knicks from the FanDuel side. Surprise, surprise, same situation. But even more extreme. 40% ownership to Brunson. 40% ownership to Bridges. 40% ownership to Hart. 40% ownership to Anunoby. 40, 40, 40, 40. You're getting another 20 from Towns, only one center position. He's obviously going to be lower owned. And then just a little bit to Mitchell Robinson and to Miles McBride. Guys, we all need to remember that Mark Williams isn't good. Remember it. Not good. The one guy in this one that's... I wish I had more Towns. But I'm not surprised I don't. But 8,500. Like, the rebounding has been a problem for Towns in this series. It's down considerably. 8,500 for Towns in this spot? The problem for me for Towns is that he's the exact same ownership today as Nikola Jokic. And I'd rather have Jokic. I have 68% of Jokic. I have 5% of Towns. So I'm in and around the field in the aggregate. I'm just taking it all from Towns and giving it to Jokic. That's cool with me. Do I like that? No, I hate Denver and LA today. Everything that I'm getting so far is not helpful for what I think happens. Mark Williams is better than the bigs the Lakers have. Yeah, he's dragging that Charlotte Hornets team to superstardom. He's not good. Could he be good? Sure. But we don't have to give a young guy credit for what you think he's going to be when he's 28. Because he's not that guy now. He just sucks right now. You can't make people be their future selves currently. That's not how this game works. Right now, he's just a young center that isn't any good. Same as Jackson Hayes. Same as the rest of the dudes on their team. Slim, like, that's a real statement. At least we finally got somebody in here using real basketball player names. I don't like the idea of fading Bridges, Hart, and Anunoby as a collective. I mean, obviously, I have a little bit more of Hart. I don't have a lean on any of those guys, but I'd like to have one of them. Seems like if it's going to be anybody, it's going to be Hart. I'm certainly nervous about Brunson's health. I mean, I bet everything on his body hurts right now. I don't want to go to Mitchell Robinson much, I don't think. I don't want to overreact to that monster from the last time out. I'm not a big Mitchell Robinson guy, all things considered. Obviously, exceptional rebounder. I don't want to short him there, but 13 points, 11 boards, 2 steals, 2 blocks in 23 minutes. Like, that's a dream scenario for Mitchell Robinson. I'm not entirely sure it happens like that all the time. Yeah, S&P, I don't. He's terrible defensively. The one thing that they would have wanted him to do, he couldn't do. He's worse than Jackson Hayes on defense. I don't think either one of them do anything. Like, again, yes, if you have Mark Williams instead of Dalton Connect, it's better for the Lakers because they weren't going to play Dalton Connect. So you do get extra something that obviously ignores trading picks and shit too. It's just meaningless because whether it's Jackson Hayes or Mark Williams, neither one of them are bringing you anything in a playoff series right now. Yeah, do I think Mark Williams could be better long-term than Jackson Hayes? Of course. But neither one of them are an asset in a playoff series when it matters. Do we have any odd shopper bets out there on the Knicks right now? We do. Karl Anthony Towns, under 1.5 threes made, is plus 130 on ProfitX, 2.9% EV. Okay. Tank, we don't need to be that crazy. Mark Williams is a really good rebounder. Alex, no. I mean, he's just a backup. He'll be 32 next year. All right, Pistons. I mean, let's do this one. Do I think they win today? No, I don't. Are they my most exposed team? Yeah, they are. 45% ownership for Cade, Tobias Harris, and Jalen Duren. Duren right now grading out as the #1 guy. I got a sneaky suspicion that'll come down, but we'll have that conversation later. 30% more going to Asar Thompson and Beasley. In the low 20s for Hardaway and Schroeder. And we're getting some love to Isaiah Stewart if he plays. I got all these guys except for Cade. Way over on Asar. Neutral to Tobias. Over on Duren. Neutral to Tim Hardaway. Over on Beasley. I've got Schroeder. Right now, I have 282% of the Detroit Pistons. Coach Chris, the only thing a double-double in this series is worth is 1.5 fantasy points. Unsurprisingly, I'm fading Cade again. That has been a theme throughout these playoffs so far. I'm not mad about it. You know, he's twice as owned as Jokic. I'm just paying up for Jokic and flipping their ownership. I'll do that 100 times out of 100. You got Harden at 87. You got Brunson at 8,600 right there as other guard options. I think Cade's guard area is just a little busy today. But 97, like, yes, he's good. He's 41% optimal. I have no problem getting to Cade. There's something about him on each one of these slates where he feels like he's the easiest guy to get away from for me. Hardaway Jr.'s usage rate has been up considerably over the past like 6 to 8 weeks. I think that's a pretty big benefit. I mean, Asar finally played well. I have no idea how many minutes that dude can play today. Somewhere between 18 and, I don't know, 30. So yeah, give me a ton of Asar. If he can like find himself a little bit, if he can play well enough to close like he did last time out, do I expect 22 points? Of course not. But 4,300 small forward, power forward eligible as a fantasy point per minute guy, that's really good value today. Now, I hate rostering Tobias Harris, but, you know, he played 44 minutes last time out. What do we do with that? I got him in for just shy of 39, 5,800 power forward eligible, 39% optimal, 43% owned. This Pistons team looks incredible to me. Jalen Duren played 33 minutes. You know, that's sort of what I'm expecting them to do every time. 6,500 center only. I'm basically rostering Jokic and Jalen Duren all the time. Beasley is shot dependent. If the threes are falling, you're super stoked to have him. If they're not, he's useless. But I'm going to have him. Schroeder's just sort of settled into this like mid-20s minutes range. Completely reasonable as a 20% owned guy as well. And then, look, if Beef Stew is in, you got to at least consider it at 3,500. One, Duren can get into foul trouble, and that could change up the minutes structure. Two, Isaiah Stewart can space the floor, and he's a better defender than Jalen Duren. They could use him in a different way. But I have no idea how healthy he is. I have no idea how much he could play. I don't even know if they want him to play. I don't know if he will play. He's missed the last two, maybe he's missed the last three at this point, and then missed half of the first one, or second one. So if he's in, we are going to entertain conversations about Isaiah Stewart. If he's out, it just kind of makes us like Schroeder, Beasley, Duren, Harris, Thompson, Hardaway more. But my message from this show is going to be the same as it's been. I am expecting to be light on Cade Cunningham, and I am anticipating being very heavy on Nikola Jokic. That is my guess. For this one. See if we have Pistons bets. We have two Pistons bets, both for Asar Thompson. Under 4.5 rebounds, 9% EV on NoVig. Under 2.5 threes, 5.9% EV on NoVig. Go find that value, guys. Don't forget, the promo code is LEGONE, LEGONE. 14-day free trial of the Portfolio EV tool at oddshopper.com. Take a market-based approach to beating the books. Wave bye-bye to the Lakers. Nuggets trying to take out the Clippers on the road. 6.5-point dogs in LA. 212 total. Very balanced ownership here. Denver's sort of turning themselves into the Lakers. They have like 6 guys that they can play. Watson's fading. 25% ownership to Westbrook, Jokic, Gordon, Brown, and Murray. 35 to Porter. Essentially nothing to Watson. It's another team that doesn't separate well for me, but they do separate in terms of like their upside. Jokic is clearly my number one guy. While I'm under the field on Murray, I do think he's second. Christian Brown and Aaron Gordon don't really have like huge standard deviations as players, so they don't end up getting the same sort of boom, whereas like Michael Porter Jr. does. So I like Jokic, MPJ, and Murray the most from Denver, and then I bucket Brown, Gordon, and Westbrook as similar guys. So I have like two separate groups of Denver of three different guys, and it's like the ceiling group and the consistency group. And like ultimately, my guess is that I probably have like two of them all the time. It's like a Gordon Brown or a Murray, or sorry, like Jokic Gordon or Brown Murray. You know, a bigger boom guy and a smaller boom guy. FanDuel is just a little bit more ownership. Murray's more popular. Porter Jr. is also very popular. Brown and Gordon are both 35. Jokic is at 27, and then Westbrook's at 20. Westbrook scares me a little bit off the bench because when it's not working, I do think they're just going to ice him quickly. But when it is working, like it did in Game 5, then he's just going to be out there. So I'm happy to be around the field. But do you guys want to join me on the 2x plus stand of Nikola Jokic today? Austin, have you been watching this series? I'm pretty sure that 15-15-1-1 game was pretty good. I'll take 17-4-2 on a 2-gamer too. I mean, if he's going to be 5,100 in small forward, it's one of the best plays of the day. And we haven't even really had a day where he went insane. Like, he's been efficient from three, but he hasn't even gotten up like double-digit attempts yet. We haven't even had like a Michael Porter Jr. game. There's no doubt in my mind that Jokic and Porter Jr. are my most exposed guys from Denver today. No doubt. Because there's massive minutes upside on MPJ. I got him in for 33 right now. 33, 35, 42, and 37 over the last four. Like, I think he could play upwards of 38 or 39 if it's working. I love Michael Porter Jr. today. Upside in playing time and grades out well already. Yeah, that's the one. I'd say probably Aaron Gordon is the one I like the least, but every time I don't like him, he just smashes. 5,700 power forward center eligible. The problem is 0.7 fantasy points per minute. Do we have any Denver bets? We do. Jokic under 1.5 threes. Plus 110. 2.5% EV. I don't anticipate having much Watson, and then you're definitely not going to anybody else from Denver, just as a final summary. We close it out with the Clippers. Clippers, favorites here. Coming back, trying to extend the series, trying to go to Game 7 in Denver. Very balanced ownership through the starters. 35 to Harden, 25 to Dunn. 30 to Powell, 35 to Kawhi, 30 to Zoo. You're also getting 30 to Bogdanovich on the bench, whose minutes have been creeping up. 20 more for Batum and about 15 for Derek Jones Jr. I have a massive stand on Bogdanovich right now. That's the value play du jour for me. Shooting guard, small forward, eligible, 3,300. Now, not a great per minute guy, but just good enough at 0.8 that you're not like brokenhearted about it. Played 23 minutes last time out, played 19 the game before that. I only have him in for 18 right now. I'm expecting Bogdanovich to be my most popular value guy today. But if we're talking about who I want to take from the Clippers, I don't even know how to separate these guys. The most I have of anybody is Chris Dunn at 41%. That's another value option who's been doing a little bit more in this series. A little lighter on Harden, a little lighter on Powell. Norm Powell's just not the same. Now, if we want to talk about guys that aren't in this series, Norm Powell's usage rate is down multiple percentage points. He doesn't really do anything else when he's on the floor either. I find him much less interesting. Obviously, Kawhi is Kawhi. Anything that I could ever get out of that dude, I'm cool. Zubac's exceptional. I would happily take whatever I can get out of him. Right now, I'm kind of just cornering the market on Zoo, on Duren, and on Jokic. I think Batum's fine. I think they finally realized they need him more than some of the other guys that are in this series. 24, 18, 27, 19, and 21 minutes for Batum. Got him in for 21 here. Happy to grab that value. And then Derek Jones Jr. is fine. I have no interest in Ben Simmons. If we look at these guys from FanDuel, they're even more owned. They've had really advantageous FanDuel pricing lately. 50% ownership to Harden and Kawhi. 45 more for Norm Powell. 25 to Dunn and Zoo. 10 to 15 on the bench guys. I like the Clippers quite a bit. They're my second most exposed team. It's basically, I'm well over the field on Denver, well over the field on Detroit, well over the field on the Clippers. I just don't have the Knicks other than Brunson. That is sort of where I stand right now. You guys want to build a lineup? I don't have much else to say here. You got live before lock later tonight. Contenders out in a little bit. I'll tell you this. Here are my biggest fades and stands at 10:38 a.m. The biggest stands are Jokic, Duren, Porter Jr., Asar Thompson, Bogdan Bogdanovic, and Chris Dunn. I guess they'd be like my guys. So far, subject to change. My biggest fades, Cade, Bridges, Towns, Anunoby, and Hart. I hope this changes. Let's build two lineups and get out of here. Only one game tomorrow, so we get to talk about a showdown for the first time in a while. All right, single lineup sim and Legon, 14-day free trial, Portfolio EV. All right, first one up, DraftKings. Hit that like button if you haven't done it yet. Obviously, I'm putting Jokic in. Josh Hart goes in. Malik Beasley goes in. Asar Thompson goes in. Jamal Murray goes in. Final three. Hardaway Jr., Tobias Harris, Michael Porter Jr. spends the full freight. Nuggets Pistons stack with just Josh Hart. How do we do? 31.6. Yo, I was too pessimistic. 68.2. Czar in the building. First pitch dinger on It's Gonna Be May Day. Shout out in sync. All right, let's do FanDuel. So here I actually feel like I want to go to Towns, but can't do it. Jokic, come on down. Josh Hart. Tim Hardaway. I guess Anunoby? No, I'll go Anunoby. Now I need a point guard. Yeah, Westbrook. Then I need one more guy. Let's get a Sar. We complete the lineup with Harden, Bridges, and MPJ. So we have the whole wing package from the Knicks. Hart, Bridges, and Anunoby. Let's see how we do. 49.4. That's one of the closer ones I've had. 40.7. Let's see if we can get one of these Knicks guys out. Let's get Bridges out, Harden out, MPJ out, and I will pick a different guy other than Bridges. Let's take Norm Powell. Then it finishes with Brunson and Porter Jr. Okay. I actually think this one's going to go down. Yeah. I didn't get a chance to say it out loud. I was in the 30s, though. I'll take it, though. That's 3 positive lineups for this 2-gamer. Hit that like button if you haven't done it yet. 7:30 lock, 6:30 MLB live before lock, so you definitely don't want to miss that. In terms of the rest of the day today at Stokastic, very simple. MLB live before lock with Laffy and Bellman at 11. Greg was going to be with Eric at 6:30. Good luck, everybody. Hit the like button on your way out the door. Sign up for the Portfolio EV tool using the promo code LAGAN. 14-day free